Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Shaneria and this is Talking Crime. We have a new reaction video today, but before we get started, like, comment, and share. And if you have not joined the family, please subscribe to this channel. If you are returning, let's get straight into the video.
This is a story about how my ex walked in front of in an attempt. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on here. And how it affects me to this day. So a week prior to this happening, him and I had a conversation like, this isn't gonna work. I'm about to graduate college. Your usage is increasing. You have no plans to stop. Like, we had lived together for 3 years at this point. We had been on and off in high school for 4 years. So we had some time in. I can't stand a man who says you deserve better, but doesn't want to be better. I digress. So I just got home from working a double. I went to go take a shower and he had like pushed into the bathroom, and that was super random and weird because we weren't on like talking terms. We were just living together. We still had 6 months left in the lease. And I get out of the shower, he's laying in bed. I go downstairs, I'm watching TV, and within like 5 minutes of that, he walks downstairs straight out the door. He didn't have a shirt on. He had his black shorts on and Cookie Monster boxers that I could see. He didn't have shoes on. He walked out the door so fast I could tell from the stairs to outside he hadn't put shoes on. His keys and his wallet were sitting on the side table still. He was a businessman at this time. So I was like, oh, he's probably just meeting like with a customer or something like that. I walked out on the balcony like 2 minutes later. There was nobody around. Go inside. Within 2 minutes, I heard sirens. Didn't think anything really of it. It was just connecting it all together. Later on, it made sense that I heard sirens. Waited a couple minutes again, and then I texted his phone, and I was like, "When are you gonna be back? Because I'm gonna lock the door. Because we're beefing right now." And his phone went off upstairs. And as a businessman, like, you're not gonna leave your phone upstairs. You're not gonna leave your phone anywhere. You're a businessman, you know? So then I went back outside because I heard his phone go off upstairs. So I started to like actually panic at this point. And within like a basketball length, I see flashing lights and stuff like that. And I just, in my head, I was like putting, I don't know, intuition, put it all together. So I drove. Mind you, at this time I had a fractured femur, so I didn't have my leg brace on. I just worked a double. I was letting it like chill out, whatever. I got in my car, drove down there, and there was one car sitting in front of me. I get out, I go ask the car in front of me like what happened. He said, oh, it looks like a car accident. And I'm looking around and all I see is a van. I didn't see another car. I see an ambulance, I see a bunch of cop cars, I see a fire truck. The windshield on the car was the only thing that was like broken. You know how like when you hit ice, it like looks like a spider web, like when it shatters or whatever. So then I noticed that. I walked towards the cop. The cops, or one of the cops, were like, you need to get back in your car. And I was like, no, I need to know what happened. Like, my boyfriend just walked out of the house like a few minutes ago. Mind you, this is all within like a 22-minute time span. I remember. And he asked what my boyfriend's name was, and I was just like, that's super, in my head, I'm like, it's Tyler. Like, he just walked out. He had his Cookie Monster boxers on and black shorts. He left his phone and everything at home. Like, and he was like, okay, give me a second. And then he walked to the ambulance and came back to me, and he was like, we have Tyler in the back of the ambulance. We're taking him to the hospital. He is alive. Do you have somebody who can take you to the hospital with him? And I was like, no, I'll drive there. And I'm obviously hysterical at this point. And he was like, no, like, you can't, like, somebody needs to take you. And I was like, well, I live right there. Like, we live so close. Okay, so he was alive at that point, but the cop had also said like he has extensive injuries. So the cop met me back at my house, took me to the hospital. I was calling my mom. My ex and his family weren't on good terms. a lot of it had to do with my ex. It wasn't his family at all. So they hadn't talked in years, and my mom on the phone was telling me, like, you need to call his mommy, and I can't, like, I know what he did, I can't do it. So my mom called his mom, and everybody was at the hospital. We got to the emergency room, and they allowed his mom and I to go back to see him. He was on a lot of medications because they didn't want him awake because of how extensive his injuries were. They didn't want him to feel it. He had completely displaced his femur. We both had injured femurs at the time. So, like, they had him on a magnet weight thing because it was gonna start to go through his leg, his skin or whatever. He had significant face injuries to the point when he had to have surgery to fix it. Screws, plates, all that stuff. They had to, like, go from this side, and his mom and I got to see him before they had even cleaned him up. So it was like, there was a lot going on there. And then the nurse came in and was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have you step out so we can, like, stitch him and clean him and all that. Completely unconscious. And then they had to intubate him. He was on a ventilator for a few weeks. The whole ordeal, hospitalization, was about a 3.5 week thing. It's a whole nother story about how that all played out. Oh my gosh, he was very angry. Lots of injuries, a lot. He had a bar in his leg that was like that long. Lots of surgeries. They had said that he was missing some teeth, so I was there at the hospital obviously all night, and then when I had gone home, because we had dogs I had to take out and all that, I had to drive past where the incident had happened, and they had, like, spray paint on the road where the car was and where he was, just in case they had to investigate it as if he had passed. I stopped there and I was looking for his teeth in the road, thinking, like, oh, maybe I can put him back in his mouth. I don't know. No, his teeth actually ended up getting pushed up and down into his gums. They were able to pull him back out, but you know, there's dark spots in the road. The paint and the dark spots, they were there for months. Yeah, so I had to drive past that every time I went home. So to this day, I don't like to drive next to sidewalks. And if I am, my heart is in my stomach if somebody is on the sidewalk that I'm driving next to, because I don't know if they're having a bad day. The image of him will forever be ingrained in my head. I actually have a picture of him. I don't know how, but I have a picture of him when he was on the ventilator and all that. I can't bring myself to delete it. I don't know why. It's messed up. Sometimes I wake up, like, hearing his voice. Fast forward, he did, and he didn't from this, but in 2021 he did actually end up passing from an OD. So there's just a lot that comes with this incident and how it played out. There's, like, more details to it, like, regarding, like, family and back stuff. There's a lot, but this night really did it for me, and how, again, it still affects me to this day. So yeah, men's mental health matters too, and that's that story.
You guys, mental health is real. Men and women every day go through these situations. Some people are built and strong enough to handle it, and some people are not. Unfortunately, it seemed like that he was doing some type of hard drugs and getting worse and worse, but at the same time had to fell out with family and get into it with his girlfriend at the time. They had plans to split up or something, and it was just too much for him and overwhelming. But instead of getting himself together, he was literally breaking down in the inside. And sometimes it is hard. It's really hard, especially when it seems like you have nobody there to support you or have your back. You guys, he literally was tired. And people with mental health don't even realize that their thought and their training process will affect someone else, especially a loved one that cares. Like, she literally has PTSD from experiencing him being hospitalized, him having all these procedures done, his teeth, to the point where she can't even delete the video. And of course, he still was going through these mental health issues because he probably wasn't addressing them. He probably wasn't seeing a therapist or nothing, but he probably was, because some people do go see a therapist and it still does not work. But whatever it was, it literally took him down to the point where he literally overdosed and lost his life. You guys, just remember that it's not only you that is going through this, it's your loved ones that will experience it too. So the best bet is to support each other. Try to avoid something that will literally traumatize your family and you if you survive. Because I'm pretty sure this situation did not only affect her, it definitely affected him, because he's the one who experienced it. It was not his time. And unfortunately, he got hit by this vehicle thinking that it was going to take his life. But it only caused him to suffer with mental health even more, and hurt and pain, to the point where he probably was taking more medicine, stronger medicine, to just ease his pain away, and took his own life. You guys, mental health is real, not only for men but women, and not only for women but men too. Let's go get the support and help when we see a loved one crying in need of help. And remember that if you don't speak about it, people won't know, and they really can't help you. So don't be afraid to discuss with people what you are really going through. You guys, drop down in the comment section what you think about her story. She was clearly trying to make it a short video and not long, so you know it's more to the story. But so far, just drop down in the comment section if you suffer with mental health, if you know somebody that have, if you were in her shoes and now traumatized by a situation from somebody else that was suffering. You guys, don't forget to like, comment, join the family by subscribing. Peace.